You call this history. We call it an archived mistake. 50 years ago, humanity was closer to extinction than it ever recorded. Not because of war, not because of famine, not because of weapons you feared and prepared for. The threat was quieter, faster, and far more efficient. In a small town in the United States, people began collapsing in the streets. They did not scream. They did not ask for help. They did not even realize what was happening. Their hearts stopped before fear could form. Within hours, hospitals were overwhelmed, not with patients, with bodies. Medical staff searched for causes in the water supply, in the air, in contaminated food, in radiation. They found nothing. The virus did not attack organs. It did not cause pain. It did not give the body time to respond. It simply turned life off, like a switch. According to our calculations, if it had left the town, your species would not have survived more than a few weeks. There would have been no final broadcast, no memorials, no explanation. That is why this file was marked as critical. Anton worked in an ordinary blood analysis laboratory, not military, not classified, not important by your standards. Old desks, flickering fluorescent lights, equipment that malfunctioned more often than it worked correctly. Anton was not a hero, not a visionary, and not aware that his routine task would place him between your species and absolute silence. When the blood sample arrived, something felt wrong. Not fear, not intuition, inconsistency. The blood behaved incorrectly. Cells did not fight. They did not resist. They waited. Anton documented the presence of an unknown pathogen, entered the code, notified his superiors, followed every protocol exactly as required. Then he did something the protocol did not include. He set the samples aside. In the laboratory stood an old television, used as background noise. News, static, endless, flickering light. Anton placed the blood samples nearby. Not intentionally, not carefully, simply out of habit. 4 hours passed. During that time, 43 more people died in the town. Your records do not list them individually, ours do. When Anton returned to repeat the analysis, he assumed the equipment had failed. The virus was gone, not weakened, not altered, not suppressed, gone. The cells inside the vials were dead, completely, without signs of struggle, without adaptation. Anton repeated the test, changed reagents, checked temperatures, replaced instruments. The result did not change. He moved the television, took a fresh sample, placed the vials farther away, and within hours the virus was active again, stable, lethal, prepared to continue. Anton moved the vials back, and once again, nothing. That was the moment he understood. Not fully, not scientifically, but enough. A pathogen capable of erasing humanity was vulnerable to radiation you considered harmless, domestic, insignificant, not military, not experimental, not forbidden. A common screen, common static, common flicker. Anton did not report this immediately. Your kind does not trust simple answers. You distrust threats that do not look impressive. He filed the report, marked the degradation as procedural, submitted the data. Within 48 hours, new cases stopped appearing. Within a week, the town returned to normal. Within a month, the investigation was closed, cause unknown. As digital technology spread, the virus never appeared again. It had no environment in which to survive, no future. Your world was saved without a decision, without sacrifice, without strategy. By background noise you barely notice. You like to believe survival belongs to the strongest, the smartest, the prepared. Our archives say otherwise. You survive because some threats are too humiliating to be acknowledged. That is why this file was erased. Not out of fear, but out of shame. This record is complete. The next one is not so forgiving.